Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Wake up, 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 wake up. It's the time. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hope y'all doing good, man. We are live. My computer is not making sounds. We are live. We are live. We are live. Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. It seems like it get blurry a little bit as I get closer. Can I fix that? I'm not going to lean in this live stream then as much. Have to just lean to the side. Once again, hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. Hope you was safe. Hope everything went smooth. Hope your day went well. Today was a Tuesday for me. I had excuse me. I had a quite interesting Tuesday today. I had a big old nail in my tire. I promise you, I can't make this up. I had a big old nail. I was able to drive though and get to a shop to get the nail out. So hopefully everybody is good. We got some things to talk about as always. We got some things to talk about. Y'all probably wonder what I'm looking at. I'm looking for the disclaimer. And then there it go. It got quiet. And my computer got a little loud. I wonder could y'all hear that? A few seconds. Share screen. All right. Disclaimer. The video is presented here for informational purposes only. And remember, if you are to consider choosing an institution, please do your own research and consult with the institution. I am not a financial aid specialist, academic advisor, or representing any institution during this live stream. Speaking on behalf of Creator Henry is only speaking from his experience. Remember when we had that collapsed lung? We couldn't even get that out at first. Like, really. It really was like painful. I really need to fix that. It was really painful just to say all of that when I first started that live streaming. Hold on, right quick. I wish Alex was up, but she is not. All right, had to be a producer for a second. Had to fix the technical difficulties behind the camera. It was looking a little fuzzy. I don't know if y'all know the difference. I be seeing it sometimes. And I really try to give y'all the best quality and audio and information as possible. Now let me move that. Now that we got that out the way. So there are some changes coming up. We're gonna talk about sports gambling. I might go a little bit out of order because sports gambling is a problem apparently going on. It's always been a problem, but sports gambling has been a problem in colleges for some time now. But I never thought about covering it because it really never was a big thing. We got a video, so I'm gonna play some videos first to get your attention. And then, of course, we got articles. We always got articles for days. That's why we started speaking on behalf, talking about higher education. It's plenty of articles that we can cover, but we only got so much time, right? You only have so much time. I only have so much time, right? And, we just got to make sure you get everything you need. So we're going to start off with, actually, I'm going to start off with the video reaction. Then I'm going to go to SHIO updates because that's going to keep us updated on what's going on nationally and statewide if you are in that state. So we're gonna start off with the video that I came across on YouTube. I have not watched this video because I was thinking about you all. The fact that I don't watch things because I'll be thinking about you all. And I was watching Waterboard today, talking about college. It's always movies related to college. Then I thought about Forrest Gump. Then I was like, man, I got a lot of movie reactions I could do and chop it up. Because Forrest Gump, it's a lot of them in there that highlights how education, especially college, how it all plays a role. So where's that video? Real quick, y'all. As I set this up. Okay. So that y'all don't think it's only me talking about student loans like I'm trying to be a bad guy. Because remember, we did get a debt-free degree. You can do it too. YouTube, of course. But it's not me just talking about student loans. It's not me just highlighting the realness of what's going on. It's a lot of people. I think I'll just make it more interesting, or at least I'll try to make it more interesting to get your attention so that people understand what you are going through as a person. So let's see. So this is, what state is this? I don't know if they're gonna say it. So they had so this is a financial literacy expert. Her name is Jeanette Adams. Joins us now to explain what borrowers need to know and how they can prepare. It's got 177,000 views. And so we're gonna get into this. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna mute myself and then interject when needed. How long is this? 3 minutes? Okay. I can't hear nothing. You can't hear nothing. It's muted. All right.
There is a lot of confusion surrounding student loans right now as major repayment changes take effect July 1st. Financial literacy expert Janae Adams joins us now to explain what borrowers need to know now and how they can prepare. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's talk about July 1st. Why is there so much concern surrounding this date?
Yeah, so it's a 1.7 trillion with a T problem in this country. And thanks to the big, beautiful bill, there are new changes that are coming out to July 1st that has borrowers scrambling. It has them panicking because they're trying to make sure they're not affected financially by these changes. So I kind of want to cover some of the biggest changes so that they can prepare.
Let's talk about the SAVE repayment plan. As we know, millions of folks are enrolled in this program. What do these changes mean for those borrowers?
Yes, so there are 7 million people in the SAVE repayment program. And those that don't know what SAVE is, SAVE was the most generous student loan repayment program that was available, and it was introduced under the Biden administration. The Trump administration has pretty much erased it. And so those borrowers now have to figure out where to go 90 days after they receive a letter that says they have to change. And if they don't change in time, they get put into the 10-year standard repayment. So I'm telling those in the SAVE program to prepare for higher payments because the SAVE program was the most generous one. It was the one that was actually going to help people pay their student loans back. So make sure that you get ready for those higher payments, get ready financially.
So she is saying that a storm is coming. And we've been saying that as well, but we are not, I don't claim to be a financial expert. I didn't go to school for finance. Finance, the more we get to know each other on this live stream, the more you tap in with us, like and subscribe. Remember, share this with people. Views are doing well. The message is hopefully getting out to the right people who need to hear this. Finance is a fancy word of saying the F word to me. Finance makes no sense to me personally. I just don't get it. I don't get finance. If I feel like cash is king, I don't get finance. That's why I did the methodology I did when I went to school. Shout out to my 3 schools back there, because I think my schools don't know. I know one of them know I love them, but I think the other 2 think I'll be slick dissing them. But it's really, you just need to get on your P's and Q's. I rep your merch on the live stream. So, but that storm is coming. We talked about that storm that's coming for people who are in the SAVE program, as she just stated, like, hey, get ready. July 1st. Like, it is going to be a storm July 1st for higher education. And it's not like, oh, it hits me immediately. It's like, it's going to hit you like when you're going to financial aid, when you're going and trying to do this to get admitted into the school. It's going to hit you like things like that. And then it's just going to start being barriers on barriers on barriers. And that's just from a higher ed standpoint. But she's talking about from a financial standpoint.
A lot of high school graduates,
Yes.
they've recently graduated college. We got folks that are about to become seniors. What do these changes mean for families and students that want to maybe take out a loan after July 1st?
Yeah, so July 1st is that date that all the changes are going to happen. So anyone who takes out a student loan after that date, you will only have access to 2 repayment programs. And that's the new 10-year standard repayment program, as well as RAP, the repayment assistance plan, which is actually 30 years. And that is 5 to 10 years more than the current plans. What's also different is that those 2 new plans look at your adjusted gross income, unlike the current plans that look at discretionary income. So it's guaranteed that you're going to pay more on these newer plans. So those that do have to borrow money, because people do have to borrow money for college a lot of times, minimize your borrowing as best as you can.
Minimize your borrowing as best as you can. She just told the younger generation, hey, if you get ready to go to college, oh yeah, you trying to pick your fancy school. You trying to pop it on Instagram. Man, we got to get back on Instagram a little bit. Yeah, you trying to pop it on Instagram, TikTok, getting into your dream school. She said, look, you better borrow as minimal. Because she just said something called RAP. And like, that's going to put you in a 30-year chokehold. I don't think you hear her. This is a financial expert saying you better minimize your borrowing as much as possible. They trying to put you in a chokehold to borrow money for 30 years. Now, remember, I always go back to the foundation. I keep it real simple. I don't try to go pick out all these fancy, oh, yeah, you know about that, you know about this, know about that. No. We're not doing that. Remember, colleges have a preferred lender arrangement. It went to court. It hit the courthouse and all this thing, all that good stuff. Universities, even community colleges have a preferred lender arrangement. And what this does for universities is when you go, I say it like every live stream, when you go to a university has a partnership with a bank. When you go to the bank and outsource to go get a private loan, when you go to that bank, like any bank, I don't want to name nobody, you go to a bank and borrow that money, you have to take that money back where? To this school. In most cases, they might just wire the money back to the school since they already know about the partnership. What am I saying? You should start at the 2-year and bridge to 4-year. That is all I'm saying. Let's keep going.
So folks really need to stay in the know because this can be complex. What can people do to make sure they are not falling through the cracks with all these changes?
Yes. Definitely advocate for yourself. This is not a time for you to just let life happen to you when it comes to your student loans. So if you're a borrower with student loans, you need to be proactive in reaching out to your student loan servicer. If you can't get in touch with them, call the Department of Education, ask your questions there, and also report that loan servicer who you're not being able to contact with. Understand there are pretty much 43 million people with student loans. So those who are proactive, they're going to be the ones who are in the front of the line and get their answers from the questions that they do have.
In the commercial break, we were talking about this is just the tip of the iceberg. For folks who are watching right now, what can they start to do now to prepare?
So what you can start to do now to prepare is to understand that if you're a borrower and you're in repayment, more than likely your payments are going to go up. I've heard people go from $85 to now it's going to be $500 a month. So it's a
All right, I'll let it keep going real quick.
Big jump. You need to call the Department of Education, ask the questions you need to ask. Go to studentaid.gov because that is actually the right one so you don't get scammed and make sure you get the answers that you need.
All right. Thank you so much, Janae. This is very helpful information. And for anyone who wants to re-watch this segment, we will have it posted up on our website.
That was very good. Shout out to them. I love it. It was good. But she said, man, your payments can go from $85 a month to $500 a month. She said, this is not the time. Janae said, this is, hope I said her name right. Janae, what is it? Hold on. I gotta go to the comment section. They put it in the comment section. I think it's Jeanette. Jeanette said, this is not the time to let life happen. From $85 to $500 a month, man, look, this is why we started speaking on behalf. I do not want no 18-year-old, 17-year-old, or adult trying to go to college. I don't want you all falling into that. You know, like, you know how hard it is to go to school? Man, I'm telling y'all, I just had a whole lot of life stuff happen in 2026. And oh, we've been recording all this too. So I've been having a whole bunch of life things happen to me in 2026 that I'm like, yo, if I had like student loans, I think I would have crashed out, as the younger generation would have said. But as we used to say, spaz out. I would have spazzed out because, yo, like from $85 a month to $500 a month, man, $500 times 12, what that is? I wish I had my accountants calculator people in here. What a calculator. My calculator don't never show when I need it to. Right quick. That's $6,000. That's $6,000 that you're going to have to cop up in a year alone off of student loans or the repayment plan. Excuse me. And so that's where I go into telling you my higher education perspective. Don't be like me. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I went to school for some good majors, but I got my associate's degree in human resources. I always gotta be clear on that. That's a pretty good one because human resources make a lot of money. But I went and got my bachelor's in organizational leadership behavior. Now, you might say, what is that, Henry? What can you do with that? And the real answer and honest answer is, it's a great liberal arts degree. But we live in a time, at least right now, that it's not gonna be valued. It doesn't fit me right now because I'm considered young. Luckily, I'm taking the initiative to talk to you anyway and put myself out there. But that's a liberal arts degree, and it's not really rewarding just yet for me to go get an organizational leadership degree. This degree right here, my bachelor's. So when I was in the job market, I wasn't looking at a 60K, 70K, 80K, six-figure job. I have to literally work my way up, work my way into a six-figure job or 80K job. So imagine if I went to a more expensive school, right? And tried to, imagine me just going to school paying a lot of money, racking up student loans. And then I ain't gonna lie, the salary I got now is not going to really help fight off a $500 a month payment, man. Like $500. Okay, so you got $500 a month. Then you got, this is just me going off the interview. This is a financial expert. You got $500 a month, let alone $500 a month. Then you got, what else you got? $500 a month. You got car insurance. If you got full car insurance, you got car insurance, $500 a month. Shoot, some people got car notes. You got, what else you got? Probably got medical bills, health insurance. Come on, man. Hot. I'm just saying. This is why I say go to a 2-year start and bridge to a 4-year. I literally just had a conversation as I end this and go to the next segment, though, because your boy got to clip this. So I literally just had a conversation with one of my, not my student, but with a student, because I'm an academic advisor in my daytime job. I had a conversation with a student who is trying to get a legal degree. And then she was astonished when I told her that, hey, you should be applying to jobs right now, right? And the student looked confused because, hold on, wait, you said I should be applying. Hold on, wait. Real story, testimonial. You saying I should be applying to jobs right now, even though I'm expecting to get my degree in legal, because you can get associate's degree in paralegal, guys. So I was like, you should be applying to jobs to get a paralegal job since you're planning to graduate by December. And then what you could do, get that paralegal job, because you got an associate's degree. The student kept calling it a certificate. It's not a certificate. It's an associate's degree. Put some weight on it. That associate's degree is going to allow you to work in legal and make a lot more money, consistent work hours, and then build your experience up as you prepare for it. Because I believe the end goal for the student was to go to law school. And so since the end goal is to go to law school, definitely you're going to be making a lot of money working in the legal system. It's great money there. We're always going to need it. And then as you go to your university, I told the student, make sure you find a school that's going to work with your work hours. But every university caters to a certain type of student. Students who want to work, students who want the traditional party like a rock star while at a university. But I'm telling you, in today's time, you have to be that different and unique student like I did. You have to be going to work and going to school and being about your business. Don't rush it. Don't rush going to school, but you have to be doing that, because going to school, partying and having a good time, that ain't the move no more. That's just I don't know what to call that. I call it a myth, but I don't know what that is, because people out here investing while they're in college, which is going to lead to the next topic, sports gambling in college. People out here investing in college, people out here capitalizing while they're in college. And like, it's just a whole nother ball game being played while you're in college. And then take advantage of, like, when I was working at Georgia Tech. When I was working at Georgia Tech, I'll never forget. I was taking advantage of what the students had. The students didn't take advantage of it like I did. I remember I went to these things called TED Talk. Let me show y'all real quick. Or not TED Talk, but Tech Talks. They call it Tech Talks. Y'all can see that? Tech Talks Business. And so what that was, they used to bring, billionaires to the school, and then they'll sit down and interview them. But you can go in person for free, because I work there, so I get in for free. Honestly, I think it was open to the public. But anyway, so you can just go there and listen to billionaires talk. $100 millionaires. And then these people were actually sell pitching to get Georgia Tech students to come work at their company. So I'm just saying, it's a different game being played. As you can see, SpaceX, a lot of universities made money off of SpaceX. I'm not mad, because those universities need to come up with some way to get cash, because they hurt. They hurt. I don't know if they're going to pay the people like me on the bottom, the staff members, but they hurt. Like and subscribe, man. Like and subscribe. So that was we're going to clip that. It'll be a smaller video on that. That was great. That was a great interview. They did really good on that interview. Shout out to the ladies. That was a great interview. And then we will keep going. Like and subscribe. Where? Sports gambling. Y'all know Rodway? I don't know if y'all know Rodway. If y'all listen to me. Rod, that was like one of Rodway's first songs. Gambling. Yeah, I hate gambling with your life. I think it go like that. That was a great song. I just listened to that this year, I think, actually. That was my first time listening to that song. I didn't even know about it. I knew it had the hallway when he was singing it in the hallway. I didn't know about him actually making a song about it. Is this it right here? Yes. I was hoping they put an article on it. So this is what I'm gonna do for you all, because I don't like you all just staring at a blank screen or just staring at me. I like to show you a view or something. Where is it? There you go. This is gonna be perfect. All right. So, hey, ESPN posted it. I didn't post it. I just cover it. That's the difference. So, can y'all let me know if y'all want me to make that bigger? But I put it on myself because it's pretty much like I just want to give you a visual. Like, what's the point of having this nice setup and I'm not using it? So I like to give y'all a visual or something. So what's going on is there's a problem with sports gambling in colleges. I have seen articles posts, whatever, right? Media about college students taking their college refund checks, taking their money for school, anything that's for college, tuition money, fees, whatever, and they're using it on sports betting while being in college. I think we can find a video on it if I want to. If I really just do a search about it, it's plenty of videos on it. But this is a problem because it was a problem that one of the college football players, he's still a college student first. He's a student, he's a scholar first, then an athlete, even though we know how they really feel. But apparently he betted on his own team. He betted on other teams while being in college. You can't do that. That's a no-no. Long story short, he got pretty much a smack on the hand, and it was okay. That's what I got from it. I try not to focus on sports, but when it's like college now, since it's my topic and genre, I have to cover things that just like, that's pretty interesting though. But a lot of kids have a sports college problem. So I'm going to find a video real quick off the whim. And then, yeah, we'll just keep going. Because it's really a concern that kids are really gambling with their money. Gambling in colleges. Notice it's normally universities. So I'm going to get the most recent one. Hopefully I can find. Let me see. College gambling. College students. Let me see. Oh, I'm not finding as much, guys. I'll come back to that. I'm gonna find it. I saw plenty of them in my time. Should have killed them. Let me go back. All right. So the fastest growing high risk behavior. So they're saying, according to the Chronicle Higher Education, this is the fastest growing high risk behavior. I think the fastest growing high risk behavior is personally social media, but I'll let it ride. It says sports gambling addiction and rule enforcement collided a week ago with an injunction that posed to allow Brandon Sorsby to play quarterback for Texas Tech University next year, even though he wagered on his own team when he played for Indiana University. Oh, he played for Indiana when he played for Indiana University. The college sports debate has been well covered, so let's focus on mental health concerns that follow sports gambling's rapid rise. And so I'm learning this as well. I didn't really know it's this bad sometimes. I really didn't know. So Eric Wood, director of the Texas Christian University Counseling and Mental Health Center. He is also president-elect of the Association for University and College Counseling Center Directors. Our conversation has been edited for length and clarity. So our campuses prepare for what is happening. We call it the fastest growing high risk behavior among college students. A lot of counseling centers are starting to screen all of their clients for sports betting or gambling. We find a lot of students won't put it down on paper, but then they will talk about it. So a lot of students are not being open about them like really putting their money into sports betting, but it's not really on paper. It's more of a verbal thing. It seems like it's not just behavior, but process addiction. When there is a compulsive cycle that makes the behavior kind of compelling, when call it the vicious cycle. Unlike substance addictions, the body does not have a self-defense mechanism. If you drink too, it's getting deep. Hold on now. I'm reading this. I'm not talking about it. If you drink too much, you will black out. But with sports betting, you can literally have an app on your iPhone and do a lot of damage in 5 minutes. That is true. You can do a lot of damage on a sports app. Honestly, you can do a lot of damage on any app that's at your disposal with your phone, because you're like, man, it's right here. It's a dopamine. It's just right there. Sorry. And so, yeah. So what can campuses do? Oh, my bad. Hold on. I skipped one. This is not just a concern for athletes, right? Some people have to avoid these cycles, just like some people cannot drink because of history, personality, or whatever. They might just be students who struggle with the addiction cycle. But we are also seeing where they actually start harassing athletes. So even if athletes are not involved in gambling, they are at risk. What campuses should do? So what should university campuses or campuses, college campuses do? That's what they're saying, which goes into what I went to school for. Campus climate. So real quick, remember that I always talk about that. You pay a lot of money to go to college. You pay college, university, you pay a lot of money to go to these colleges and universities. Campus climate is very important because this school is making this money if you are having mental health problems. If you are having like any problems, right? This school should be taking the initiative to get you the resources you need because they should have the money for it. That's all I'm saying. Does it sound simple? Like, oh, I could just walk up to somebody and they get me what I need and I'm having these problems. I'm not saying it's that simple, but I'm saying as a student that be aware of your resources. A lot of times what hurts students in college, they don't use their resources. You can rent laptops. Usually, if your school offers, you can rent laptops. Hopefully they can help you find somewhere to stay. Hopefully, they just can't do it for everybody on the campus, but your school can give you some food. They can, this stuff that you probably heard, but it can get deeper. Like your school should have, man, I'm not telling what schools can have. Schools can have a lot of things. Like, don't take it for granted. You have Wi-Fi on the campus. I have to tell my students a lot of times, you have free Wi-Fi at your disposal. You have ability to print things here. You have like these things. You have Microsoft. You have like PowerPoints, booking, OneNote. You have all these things that can help enhance your skills in college. Take classes you feel that can help you. Like I was, excuse my language, I'll be damned if I didn't take something in college that could help me. I tell you, every time I took 4 accounting classes, dang 5. I took 4 accounting classes. Why did I take 4 accounting classes? Because those 4 accounting classes played a role. Those 4 accounting classes helped me be able to read balance sheets of companies. You know, like when I'm reading companies for the stock market, that's a little thing I like to do. I'm looking at their balance sheet. I understand a balance sheet. You know, that's what I went to school. I went to school to learn that as a, like, not minor, but that was one of my electives of classes. I'm not taking swimming. Why the freak am I taking swimming? I don't need swimming. I swim every 2 or 3 years. I don't need swimming. Don't give me no swimming class. That's when I went to my university. So I just want to keep that in mind. So what can campuses do? Back to the campus climate. There needs to be a national discourse, and no one really has all the answers. Counseling centers, our staff, we have gone through trainings about sports betting, screening, early identifications, asking. It's literally part of our work now. How do you create a culture where people can come forward and seek help? If you are a student athlete, that is one of the things we are worried about. Is this a time when you are willing to come forward? Probably not, because of all of the discourse. Creating that environment where you can facilitate health-seeking behavior is number 1 on the list. And so that was just me going over the what is it called, guys? Help me out. Going over sports betting. It's a big thing in college. It's not going away. Like, as far as like, especially since players get NIL money, it's going to be a lot more like people betting on them. And I feel like if you are a college student going through that, definitely go to your counseling center on the college campus. A lot of colleges are investing in that. I will get them that. They are investing in like counseling, mental health awareness. Because I don't remember. I can't say my 2-year had it. I don't remember my 2-year having it, but I think my 4-year did. I don't even know if my 4-year did. And the only reason I know that when I got the GSU, because they're such a big school, I'm pretty sure they were hip to it, but I can't speak for I'm thinking about the time when I went to school. Like, I started college, guys. Like, I promise you, it was not cool to open up about mental health when I was coming through school. I think it was on a rise, but it wasn't a thing. And I graduated high school in 2017. That will be 10 years next year. Let's go. Like and subscribe, man. Support, man. Support. Thank you. I appreciate you. Share it with somebody you know who getting ready to go to college, man. Remember, start the 2-year bridge to 4-year under the articulation agreement. Please do it. That's what I did. Saves you a lot of money. Stay off campus. Don't get a meal plan. Do not get a meal plan. That right there saves you $10,000 or more. That right there saves you $10,000 or more. Hey, if you want to go kick it with the schools like this, That's Ohio State, I believe. That school, like, you want to go to a big school, have a good time, go to your 2-year and just drive to the campus or take a flight, fly out there, have a good time. So, like, side quest story. That's what I did. I definitely enjoyed the university perks while I was at my 2-year. I definitely did that. That's going to be a good hack until they stop. But I don't think universities will ever stop that because most universities are public. So before we keep going, I have something I want to highlight real quick. I have something I need to highlight. Not y'all taking away my... Hold on real quick. Y'all gonna call me. This is interesting. I did not know this. Let me see. No. Yeah. All right. So this is a community college that I follow on LinkedIn. I had no idea about this until I saw this post. So y'all know the Knicks just won the championship, the New York Knicks. And the New York Knicks just won a championship. Their head coach, Mike Brown. Actually, I don't know. They said, I think I don't know how many years he played, but he went to a community college. So anytime I tell you, a lot of people who are successful go to community colleges. A lot of people who start at a community college be very successful. It says before he led some of the NBA's most storied franchises and coached some of the game's biggest stars, Mike Brown played for Mesa, and I believe they changed their name. He played for the Mesa Community College. Let me see. I never heard that school. No, that's a community college now in Arizona. Gonna like that. Gonna follow that. So he played for Mesa Community College Thunderbirds during a golden era of MCC basketball. Last night, Brown led the New York Knicks into 2026 NBA Finals, their first appearance in 27 years, as they captured a Game 1 victory. A little week old Game 1, just before they won. He is they say he's a community college alum. So it says Brown played for the Thunderbirds for 2 seasons, posting a 64-11 record. So he's played the full 2 years at community college. And then the Thunderbirds 1990 campaign included a #1 ranking, national ranking, ACCREDITED, something with community college, and Region 1 championships, and a berth in the national tournament. T-Birds win tourney shootout. T-Birds ranked #1 in the nation. They look how they did this. So futuristic. From the Mesa legend, #1. National Junior College Association. My brother played in that conference or the league. It says right here, this is Mike Brown quote right here. Like and subscribe. I appreciate you all. Let's get the message out. I really appreciate it. He said, I love the vibe of the campus. Everybody was friendly and extremely helpful. I truly believe that academics is as important as athletics at MCC. And to be able to get support in both areas is something young men and women should want to strive for during their college careers. Mike Brown, fall 2007 edition of Alumni and Friends, a publication for the Mesa Community College Alumni Association. That is dope. Didn't know he went to a community college. Did not know that. I wonder, did he get his associate's degree? Should we interview Mike Brown? Should we get Mike Brown on the live screen one day, get a little 10-minute, 15-minute interview with him? I think we should see if he got his associate's degree. And this is what I say. A lot of people who are, I don't say he's famous, but I would say a lot of highly successful, he's definitely highly successful coaching the NBA team. A lot of highly successful individuals go to a community college, start at a community college, and bridge to a university. I will not be surprised if Mike Brown has a bachelor's degree, because they say normally that when they get a associate's degree, they don't get a bachelor's, but I don't know, because I just had a feeling to keep going, like something was missing. And so that is dope, man. You know, like I always say, you know, the Apple found, you know, the founders of Apple, like the phone we have on my phone, that like this phone, they started at a 2-year college and then bridged to a 4-year too. Fun fact. So I just think it's dope, man. I think it's really dope. Did I like this? I did not. I think it's really dope. And remember, it started 2-year. It's really popular to start at 2-year. It's really what you make it. If you carry the same excellence, like you do when you go to a university and just do it at a 2-year and give yourself a real plan and not just try to have it, the 2-year looks beautiful. I'm saving money, making money, getting ahead in life. Like, it's not popular, at least right now. It's not popular. Like, when you hear a 2-year, it's like, oh yeah, you can definitely get a trade. And you like, whoa. It's kind of like disrespectful for, you know, to the trained eye. Like, hey, I ain't go to a 2-year just to do a trade. I went to get my associate's degree so that I can take my associate's degree and make some real money in this high expensive economy. Then I'm going to get my bachelor's. Hey, then you know what? After I get my bachelor's, I might just step up and go Ivy. You know, like, hey, don't, hey, no. I'm just doing things to get ahead in this world. Oh, wow. So I just got a message from my brother saying that Bernie Sanders declares political war against Trump and powerful oligarchies. Huh? Man, where my political people at? Help me out. Like and subscribe, please share. What? And that's, hold on real quick. What is a political war? Don't know. Finna educate myself. Let me see something. Bernie Sanders political war. This is crazy. Okay, this was 7 days ago. I don't know if y'all heard of this. I would play this, but I don't know. If he talks about college, I don't think he's gonna talk about college. And we're independent, so we can't do that. All right, we have 43 minutes, and I didn't read the Shield updates, Henry. Wow. If you made it this far in the live screen, I'm about to cover the Shield updates. I thought I did. I'm so sorry. I thought I did. I really did. I thought I was doing you a service, and I didn't cover this for you. I feel like a bad person now. Let me zoom in a little more for you. All right. I have to get water, guys. Like, I swear it's the lawn. I didn't have to get that much water. All right. So usually I do this in the beginning, but I forgot a little bit. I got into it, jumped right into it. So higher education policy update, national policy report. This is nationally report. Do neighbors shape the sticker price? Sabbatical, if I said that right, sabbatical competition and state funding and cost of attendance reporting over time. Report Trump accounts overview and policy considerations. How GOP state lawmakers are reshaping general education. Colleges are finally making it easier to transfer academic credits. That was not a free article. That was by the Washington Post, and we don't have access to that yet. Judge blocks USCIS pause, but international students remain in limbo. This is an op-ed. Congress needs to face the ugly truth about cosmetology schools that don't pay off. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, we finna cover that. We finna cover that. That's an op-ed. Is that can we read that? Yeah, I like this because I definitely use them. My professor got on to me for using this website He got on to me a little bit because we wasn't sure if it was really credible and, you know, things like that. So state policy. Iowa Board of Regents approves accelerated degree programs. Sounds pretty good. ID. What's ID? Idaho? I think that's Idaho. Press release. Governor Little creates college athletics working group to keep Idaho universities competitive. Minnesota. Press release. New self-grad loan launches to help students attain advanced degrees. New York. Press release. Governor Hochul announces major expansion of SUNY Reconnect and CUNY Reconnect programs. So not much in this one, I would say. But those are the updates that's going on. Thank you, Shio. Very credible higher education policy update. Policies play a big role in how policies play a big role in how you're going to save money in college and not save money in college. I learned that honestly in grad school. Shout out to grad school. I learned in that. I really did learn how policies affect your education, your pockets. I learned that in grad school. From a college standpoint, I learned that. So oftentimes we use how we can use the politic laws that are about to be in place, how that we can navigate that so you still can save as much money as you can while going to a 2-year, starting at a 2-year, bridging to a 4-year. And so that's why we're so adamant about you starting at a 2-year and bridging to a 4-year to save as much money as you can while going to college. So you can jumpstart your life, have a family, travel the world, do all these great things, right? And so that's why we do it. Let me see right quick, guys. I'll tell you, family. You gotta love your family. Oh. All right. So real quick, I think out of all those topics on Shio, this was the one that caught my attention. Right quick. So opinion. Congress needs to face the ugly truth about cosmetology schools that don't pay off. I talked about cosmetology before, and not in a bad way, but more of in a good light. So real quick, before I almost hit the wrong button, I was gonna be upset. Cosmetology is offered at 2-year colleges that most people don't. This could be definitely a reaction video because the picture is perfect. This could be a good reaction. So 2-year colleges offer cosmetology. And honestly, 2-year colleges do prep you to pass and become licensed, at least in Georgia. And the thing that's going on with cosmetology today is that you got these mom or pop schools that is doing like cosmetology. So like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. I know how to explain it. I don't know how to phrase it. I don't want to come off rude. So like a lot of students who want to go to cosmetology school, right? They go to like these mom and pop schools or like this beauty school. It'll probably be called, I don't know, Beauty School 101, Beauty School ABC. But cosmetology is offered at 2-year colleges for a lot more affordable prices. And these are real people who are instructors that might have their own shops. And they just said, well, I love doing cosmetology. I might as well and scrubbed. And so I don't know. We finna get into it though. And I first read about this on AEI, the American Enterprise Institute, I believe. It's a right-leaning think tank. And so, but a lot of things in higher education is left-leaning. So remember, guys, I like to get left-leaning and right-leaning perspectives, because right-leaning be saying some good things, left-leaning be saying some good things. But at the end of the day, nobody is making real change. So that's why we stuck in the independent. So Congress needs to face the ugly truth about cosmetology schools, cosmetology schools that don't pay off. So certificate programs that leave students drowning in debt should not be exempt from scrutiny. Let me read that again. Certificate programs that leave students drowning in debt should not be exempt from scrutiny. One more time. Certificate programs that leave students drowning in debt should not be exempt. Okay. So if your program leaves you drowning in debt, you shouldn't be exempt from being punished. That's what they're saying. Okay. So for generations, can y'all see that? That look tiny on y'all side. I gotta make sure y'all can see too. Oh, it probably do look tiny because I got it like that. So for generations, we have been told that higher education is the surest path to a better life. But too many students don't feel that way, and often with good reason. They are graduating with mountains of debt and few career prospects. And this is where I come in. This is why I say you should start a 2-year and bridge to a 4-year under the articulation agreement. And some of you might say, well, I'm about to give y'all some game right here. This is where you say, well, I don't need to go get a bachelor's if I'm majoring in cosmetology. What you talking about, Henry? What you talking about speaking on behalf with the pick in your head? You don't know what you're talking about. You got a pick in your head. You know, you don't understand what it's like. Hold on. I went through the college experience just like you. Wait. Kick it with me for 1 second. So you get your cosmetology. You can get your cosmetology certificate. Then once you get your cosmetology certificate, diploma, whatever, hey, you might as well go ahead and get like a associate's degree in it. Get like a certificate. You can do a like certificate in cosmetology, then get your business and get your associate's degree in business, whichever one. Then you can bridge and go to university and get a higher level business degree or something else that you feel can help you with cosmetology. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I don't got the boom button. Boom, 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 boom. That's how you do it. You do a stair ladder. Like, okay, if you can get like a lot of people say, oh, I want to go to I want to become a cosmetologist, or I want to do cosmetology, but they're like, I don't really need all that. Like, cool, but 9 times out of 10, you really going to do this cosmetology because you plan on opening up your own business. Long story short, that's what you plan on doing. I respect it. But don't do it at a low level. Do it at a high level. Not saying you need to go to college, but like I say, one of my good friends who went to college, he finished and he got his cosmetology. I don't know what college degree is. I want to say diploma. I don't know. Diploma or degree. And then he is a celebrity stylist now. Did he need a bachelor's? No. He marketed himself on Instagram. He marketed himself on these other platforms, and it paid off well. So remember, guys, I see higher education from the traditional path, but also the work ethic path. So make that back bigger. So last summer, Congress wisely ushered in a new era of accountability in higher education when they passed the One Big Beautiful Bill. We covered that. Go check in a year. Go back like a year now, I think. Like it was around this time. Along with streamlined repayment options for student borrowers, the law includes overdue benchmarks for earnings, designed to ensure that higher education degrees leave students financially better off than if they had stuck to a high school diploma alone. So a lot of schools have been getting fried for not having an update of, hey, what is going to be your ROI if you attend here? This is okay. So certificate programs may not get a lot of attention but they are the fastest growing sector in higher education. Today, more than 1280 programs enroll upward of 220,000 students every year. About 80% of them at for-profit institutions. Please stop going to for-profit institutions for these certifications. Guys, stop doing that. Stop doing that. For-profit institutions offer you what? Convenience. But if you feel like that's the way you want to go and keep paying a high price for certificates, by all means, but please look at the nonprofit institutions that are offering you just as good and affordable prices for a certificate. So yet, despite long standing, and then stop getting them at universities, get a certificate. I'm telling you, a certificate is a certificate, guys. You'll be surprised. If I was sitting in an interview, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't care what you got your certificate from. I would more or less care about, is it credible? Is it from a credible institution? Had me looking to the side like, what's that word? Is it credible? And so, yet despite longstanding concerns of predatory practices among many of these programs, Congress has continued to shield them from meaningful oversight. So they're saying Congress has been protecting these for-profit institutions. Don't get a certificate at a for-profit institution. Don't get your degree at a for-profit institution. We would save you so much money if you just started a 2-year. Nonprofit 2-year, nonprofit university, nonprofit Ivy. Guys, if Ivy leads a nonprofit, just keep that in mind. Why would you go to a for-profit institution? It's literally in the name. We are for-profit. We are for-profit. We about our money. We run this like a business. Do they care about you? Shoot, let alone nonprofit universities barely care about you. So you think for-profit care about you? Got my wrinkles on my head doing the dance. So take cosmetology schools, which account for 45% of the certificate programs. For-profit cosmetology schools first sprang up in the 1920s as Hollywood gave rise to the first it girls and along with them. So they're saying that let me keep going real quick. Hold on. New makeup and hair trends. After World War II, federal policies like the GI Bill and the Higher Education Act created expensive financial aid programs intended to lift more Americans into the middle class. So yes, after World War II, we had the GI Bill. The GI Bill was created because after World War II, people needed to get jobs. Everybody couldn't do blue collar work. So we need people to go to school and do other programs like hair. And we started discovering all these different things. And Hollywood, I guess, highlighted, it says for-profit cosmetology schools first sprang up in the 1920s as Hollywood gave rise to the first. So Hollywood pretty much made for-profit cosmetology schools. And y'all know what those for-profit cosmetology schools are. Y'all know them. Y'all probably like, what's a for-profit cosmetology school? Y'all know what those are. Beauty school, it might be called beauty school something, beauty school this. Like, fellas, if you are trying to go to barber school, you need to go to a 2-year to go get your barbering. Stop going to these expensive cosmetology schools for barbering. Ladies, if you are trying to go to cosmetology school, you need to go to a 2-year or start a 2-year and go and get that knocked out. If you look at history, and back then it probably was better prices, but pay attention. World War II, GI Bill, Higher Education Act, when it was created, when all this was going on, these are laws. You think they changed this now? No, they just raised the numbers. They just raised the prices. So they also have paved the way for predatory for-profit schools to game the system. Cosmetology schools needlessly raise tuition to rake in more financial aid dollars. So that's some of the game. I'm gonna come in on my face a little bit. I talked about that one time in class, but I also talk about it on the live screen often. So if let's just say the Department of Education, Linda, y'all know I'll be like Linda. So if Linda and Nicholas Kent, if they undersecretary, if they decide to raise financial aid to $10,000 a year, which I don't think will happen anytime soon, but If they raised it to $10,000 a year, that means if you got the Matt's Pell or whatever, depending on what state you in, if you got like, I call it the secondary, like how in Georgia we got Hope Scholarship, Hope Grant and stuff, and other places it might be called something else. But let's just say they raised the financial aid to $10,000 a year if you get Pell. And so then that's $5,000. If you get the Matt's, that's $5,000 you get per semester. So what the schools will do, they'll raise your tuition. It was probably like $3,000, $2,000, or it was $4,000. They raised it by $1,000 so they can get all your money per semester. Because mom and pops be running these for-profit institutions. It's like a business. It's like me opening up a for-profit institution, put some cosmetology instructors in there, and then I'm not even accredited in some times. I just opened up a for-profit institution. Now I can get your financial aid dollars as long as I meet the requirements for the financial aid. That is how you end up going to a school that shuts down on you out of nowhere. It's a quick money grab. It's federal money, so it's easy, free money. Just like Section 8 money, just like any government money, it's free government money. So that's what they're saying. Like you're not like getting a return on investment. The for-profit is just yanking you essentially to your started 2 year. So then they talk about 1970 bank regulators were sounding an alarm. Cosmetology schools have become major sources of waste. In 1971, a loan officer testifying to Congress confirmed that the largest increases in loans had been trade schools. Wow. Look at there. Remember, it's funny though, this is history. But they're telling you to get a trade nowadays. People are not going to like me on this one. They're telling you to go to school for a trade now. A lot of trades do pay well. But that was they said in 1971. I don't know. I had to let you decide. In 1971, a loan officer testifying to Congress confirmed that the largest increases in loans had been among trade schools and so-called beauty or barber schools. I just said that. I just said fellas. 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 Barber schools. And when they talk about trade schools, they're not talking about the 2-year colleges. Let me clarify. They are talking about literally like if you want to go to a school that's for-profit institution like a Lincoln Tech, if for my people in Georgia, you want to go to a school that's like Lincoln Tech for-profit, or the school will literally be like something trade school, you need to go to a 2-year and see what 2-year offers it. I'm so serious. No matter what state you're in, you need to know what 2-year offers that trade that you're trying to do. So the loan officer noted that while cosmetology schools made up only a small but growing volume of loan portfolio, they generate a significant portion of loan defaults. Who is benefiting from these programs, he asks. Are the students benefiting or are the school operators benefiting? School operators by far. We are still asking that question 50 years later. Like, stop falling for the same trick. If it's 50 years old, why would I fall? Why would I do it? It's 50 years old. Like, it's 50 years old. Why would I do it? It's a long article, too. Hey, man, come on, man. I'm doing something. Like, why would I keep doing it? I won't say how much we had left. It's 50 years old. Why would I keep doing it? This is why I be saying, guys, when I be looking at the policies, or when I look at like what's going on in higher ed, like, oh, everybody going to a university and everybody's getting student loans. Why? Because they started at a university. Why would I go start at a university? Then I look like the crazy person because I decided not to start at a university and it worked. It won't work for everybody. Everybody has a different path, but why would I do what has not been working? It's like everybody walking off the bridge to go swimming. And then everybody's like, we're not getting in it. We're not making it to the water. I don't know, just doing an example. Or people, that's how I be talking. Y'all just be saying, it'd be like everybody tired of nasty lemonade, but everybody drinking the same recipe. I go create my own recipe. What? It hasn't worked in 50 years. So why are you still going to this school after 50 years? Universities are putting you in debt. The Higher Education Act has not been updated since Obama. was in office. So why are you still going to a university going into the student loan debt trap? I don't know. I want to party. It's my dream school. I want to have a good time. I gotta live. You only live once. Y'all really on that YOLO. Drake made a song about that. You only live once. Oh, my bad, y'all. I probably heard that. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, 50 years old. I spazzed a little bit. But research shows that most cosmetology students enrolled today will likely earn less than someone who only has a high school diploma. So what they're saying is they're hinting at, I think this is part of the new Trump Big Beautiful bill that comes out next month in July. I think they're saying, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But it sounds like federally, cosmetology will not qualify for financial aid or for FAFSA. That is what it sounds like. Why is that not good? Because that's going to hit a lot of school. Like that can cause our cosmetology program. Like, for example, at me who works at a 2-year, anybody that works at a 2-year that offers cosmetology, that can cause our cosmetology program to close down. If we don't get if colleges don't get 2-year colleges right now, because most 2-year colleges offer this. And I told you, I keep it real. If 2-year colleges don't find a way to get the cosmetology students federal money, because a lot of students who do that use the federal money, we're going to see a big drop in cosmetology students. So if you are an aspiring cosmetology student, please be on the lookout, because I think that's part of the one Big Beautiful bill. But hopefully we find out in this as we keep going. So research shows cosmetology students enrolled today will likely earn less than someone with a high school diploma. Tuition at some cosmetology programs can reach $20,000 a year. Yet graduates from certain schools often leave for jobs earning just over $17,000 a year. While burdened by a median student loan debt of $11,000, at the same time, many schools use exploitative business practices under the guise of training programs. For example, it's common for cosmetology schools to have paying students work the floor, essentially making students cut hair and paint nails for no pay, while the school pockets the proceeds. If any career education program was in need of reform, it was cosmetology schools. So that begs the question: why did they get a pass? The answer lies, unsurprisingly, in Washington, D.C. As cosmetology schools grew in popularity, their powerful lobbying arm grew alongside them. At every turn, the American Association of Cosmetology Schools has pushed against the basic accountability measures that other certificate programs held in this country. In 2023, when the Department of Education mandated that all career-oriented programs, okay. Yet research shows that 90% of salons do, in fact, report tips on W-2 forms. I didn't know that. So it turns out the burden was fair after all. They were saying something about that. Y'all probably read that. But and what's worse is that these schools often prey on low income. Didn't I just say that? Most students who go to cosmetology school, because I'm from low income, I know a lot of women, girls that just want to go do hair because that's the background. It's like the way women and girls from my background, from low income poverty, go do hair is the same way males want to go play basketball. That's the best analogy I can give you in low income and poverty. Males want to go play ball, women want to go do hair. True story. So prey on low income women and women of color, exacerbating cycles of poverty for the very students they purport to help. So the One Big Beautiful bill was a chance for Congress to end the legal battle over reforming a wasteful industry. Instead, it handed certificate programs and thus cosmetology schools an exception. Wow, hold on, wait a minute. So I think y'all do get to keep the federal funding, but it's not good though. Helpfully, the Department of Education do no harm proposal would use existing authority to hold all programs accountable for their earnings. That's good. So hopefully two-year colleges have been seeing a great return on investment. That's okay. So with a final rule on the bill's provisions anticipated by July 1, public debate continues, especially as cosmetology schools lobby to influence the outcome. Congress needs to revise the underlying statute to make clear their intent to hold all programs, including certificate programs, to earnings standards. In the meantime, the United States Department of Education must continue to stand firm and enforce regulations that can keep low performers in check. So it's like the beauty schools and all that. So if these beauty schools are charging all this money, but these students are not getting a great return on investment, they're like, hey, look, y'all not getting no federal money or government free, y'all not getting no free government money until these students get a great return on their investment. So this should push, theoretically, this should push cosmetology students to go to 2 years. This should. So if a program consistently leaves its graduates worse off, it should lose access to federal student loans. That's exactly what I said. That's exactly why I didn't even read this yet. Just as an associate's or bachelor's degree program would. I love it. That way, schools that deliver real value will survive, while others will be forced to reform or go out of business. It's time for cosmetology schools and other certificate programs like them to prove that behind the glitter of the big promises, there can be gold. I love it. I'm going to have to clip that up in 10 minutes a piece probably. That was a little long. I love it. 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 I love that. That's like the best thing I think the Trump administration from a higher education standpoint is doing. Like really making sure you get a great return on your investment. Really cracking down on these schools like, hey, we're not giving free government money to cosmetology or like certificate programs, diploma programs, associate programs, bachelor programs, master programs, doctoral programs. We're not giving like, oh, well, my bad. Masters don't count. Masters and doctorals don't count. But undergraduate, we're not giving free federal money to undergraduate programs that don't help you get a return on investment. Shout out to the Trump administration on that, because that's part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. So that's going to force, theoretically, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that cosmetology students will have to go to two-year colleges because two-year colleges are so affordable that students who are leaving cosmetology school are like, I'm making money. I didn't go into student loan, they're going to a 2-year, and I'm living my best life. Living my life like it's golden, old school. Where my old school people at? So on that note, we talked about 1 hour and 13. Not bad. Didn't expect to be that long, but we did good. We'll be back on. Where's my pick at? It was falling out. We'll be back on Thursday. Work schedule is supposed to be changing. So I definitely be on Tuesday still. We'll be on Thursday, though, still being consistent. Like and subscribe. Play this back. Watch it in 5 minutes. What you doing? Watch it in 5-10-minute intervals. Hey, like, watch it. If you like, hey, man, he talking too much. He talking too fast. I don't know what he's talking about. Come back. Watch it again. Like, just continue to go from there. Like and subscribe. Share with somebody, please, because it helps the channel, but it helps that person who's around you, who's getting ready for college. And then it's going to help you as a person help them. So it's like I help you, you help them, you help them, and you help them. You just helping. And so it's real powerful and testimonial, guys, like that you can jumpstart your life just by starting at 2-year bridge to a 4-year under the articulation agreement, pathway agreement, right? You're getting ahead in life. You're going to be doing all these great things. And you then, like, you still can have a good time in college and save money. Like I say, like I told the student one time, I said, you can stay here at your 2-year, still chase to be a nurse, take your gen eds, hang out with your friends at the university, and go back home and save money. Like, hey, I don't got no student loan debt to worry about. Then when you get older, you're going to say, wow, that guy really helped me save money, because now my friends are worrying about student loans. College is not going nowhere, guys. College, I don't care how much you say college is worthless. College is not going nowhere, because the people who went to college, professors, people with doctoral degrees, masters, and all that, we understand the real value of college. And we know, and they know, that you can make a lot of money in education. And I'm going to end it right there, because remember, university presidents, college head coaches, they make multi-millions of dollars. There's a lot of money in education, especially colleges. Peace, love, chicken grease. See y'all Thursday. Don't forget to share.